Hello, my name is Michelle Miller. I am the Director of Teacher Licensure and Accreditation for the State Department of Education, and I would like to welcome you to some quick updates relative to accreditation and licensure for October of 2021. I have a couple of really quick licensure reminders to everyone. I tell people this all the time. Please remember that you may renew your license up to 6 months ahead of time prior to expiration. So if you don't know when that is, please go into your phone and set a reminder for yourself 6 months ahead of time to renew your license. Most of you who have not yet renewed a license, specifically within the last year, may not be aware, but we have a new system, a new online system that allows the end user to access their own profile protected with a username and password under an authenticated application system called KLAS, which stands for the Kansas Licensure Application System. The beauty of this system is that we have created an opportunity for educators in Kansas to create their own portal where they have a password, username, password protected opportunity to update their licensure status and to renew inside that specific space. This is separate from any other authenticated app username and passwords that you might have, because this is about your individual teacher licensure application. You may have another one for KEEP or for accreditation as an OVT chair or a member or for other documented purposes at your school district. But for licensure, we now have a system that allows you to have your own portal, and we've sped up the process as well. So we are right now at this point in October, we are processing 100% of licenses that come in complete, fully complete, fingerprint, background check, etc., everything fully complete in less than 2 weeks. 100% of licenses are issuing in less than 2 weeks. In the future, you will see that time frame of 2 weeks for complete applications even lessen. We hope to be at a space where we can do that within 5 to 7 days. So stay tuned for further updates. But if there are ever any licensure questions, I encourage you to call or email me, and my contact information will be at the end of this presentation. That's it for licensure. Moving on to accreditation and some supports that we have available for you. KISA has introduced a new quarterly newsletter that can be accessed at the link on the PowerPoint. And what we have included in that newsletter is a checklist of things that you need to be aware of for this time period, September and October, things that you might consider doing and checking off the list relative to accreditation. In addition, if there's something you need personally, if you need a personal support person, again, the last slide for today gives you the staff for accreditation contact information as well. And you can email us at the website or at the email that are on this slide, accreditation@ksde.org, and we will personally set up a time to visit with you to talk about where you are in the process, where you're headed, where you've been, etc. So feel free to use that email address, or again, as I said, the one that I will share at the end with other staff members that are available to provide you some personal support as well. There are some new resources for you all relative to foundational structures. These are a set of rubrics for each of the foundational structures, and those are available on our website at the address also on this slide in front of you. Last year, we took an opportunity to create Zoom opportunities to support KISA, and those are going to continue throughout this year. We have a series of 7 or 8 of those opportunities listed from 9 to 10, anytime from October 12th, which is next week as I do this presentation, through April 12th of 2022. Myself and other team members will be available for you to hear new information or just hear updates to hear where you ought to be at this particular point in time, and also a chance for you to ask any questions that you might have. The registration link is on this slide as well. So our office has recently been taking questions concerning a new KISA pilot. This couple of paragraphs are included in the newsletter that is available as well. But some clarification while I have this opportunity. What we are doing is that we have asked some systems who have completed their first cycle of accreditation and who are beginning a second cycle to volunteer in an opportunity to engage with all KSDE staff in some professional learning opportunities. What we found over the last 4 years is that our improvement efforts, while very good, have consisted of varying language that at times might have been confusing to the field. So we have engaged in 3 regional sites throughout Kansas in order to provide intentional support on a continuous improvement cycle that includes data analysis, goal setting, strategy selection, strategy implementation, and strategy analysis. And we hope to use this opportunity to learn from the systems who are involved as we move forward, while at the same time bringing the goodness of our redesign efforts over the past several years, KLN, MTSS, accreditation, etc. A couple of the things that we have learned is regional support, knocking on your door and being there and keeping that high level of accountability were very impactful. Another piece that we have learned is teacher leadership truly matters. Building leadership teams that involve teachers with the support of administrators seem to be the ideal environment for moving initiatives forward. And each of us has a goal in mind of increasing student achievement for each student in Kansas. So that opportunity is available regionally for a select set of systems right now. Stay tuned, there'll be more opportunities in the future. And again, if you have questions, reach out. Happy to provide clarity. A little bit more information about the purpose. This is in order for us to keep our process updated, to increase our supports across all of our partnerships in Kansas, align our language across entities, and it will still be called KISA, Kansas Education Systems Accreditation. The idea is that locally you are creating a system, a process that allows you to increase student achievement, and the execution of that process is evident in results. That your results show that everything we're doing in the process is increasing our student achievement results. 2 things are included in a fully accredited system, that they have a continuous model of improvement, a process for that in place, and evidence of such, and that the student achievement data is moving as well. Those 2 things equal an accredited system. This graphic details some of the intentional work that we are doing in the pilot opportunity. You'll see this as a familiar piece from the growth model, which includes analyzing your data, all of your data, right? You'll see those light blue circles in the middle, setting goals based on the deficits of that data, selecting strategies that match those deficits, implementing those strategies, and analyzing whether or not those things are working for you and being able to pivot where things are maybe not working in the way that you want them to. The darker information on the outside of the light blue circle, that talks about all of the pieces that are important for us to examine as a system. Are we really driving data-based decision making? Are we analyzing where we are with curriculum, instruction, and assessment practices? Have we implemented the foundational structures? I mentioned those earlier with a website and a rubric on each of those that help you determine where you are as a system. Have you taken time to really understand the design principles, those 4 things that move a system? And how are you implementing those in the work that you do with kids? And how about our leadership and culture? Are those things in place to drive all of this work forward that leads to the state board outcomes, positive achievement for kids for state board outcomes? I mentioned earlier that you would see all of our contact information. Looks like I've got some formatting issues on one piece of that, but you'll see here that my contact information is here, so is Jeanette's as Assistant Director. Myron, a coordinator for KISA. John Girodot is back with the Kansas State Department of Education. Ed Kalis is working on professional development plans and mentor plans. But these are the folks that you can reach out to for support. Licensure questions, email me directly, and I will get you connected with Shane, who is our new assistant director. Shane Carter has taken over since the first part of September and doing a phenomenal job in his role. So thank you for taking time today to engage in this short presentation. If you have further questions, just reach out.